Hi, my name is Augie Ristow. I'm a Lutheran pastor. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and my work as a pastor is now to be an intentional interim. I go to churches that have difficulties or maybe lost their pastor, help them walk through that period of time, especially as they prepare for a new pastor. I'd like to share with you today something that really has become very important to me, and that is the subject of love. Now, love is kind of like something we all know when we see it or when we feel it, but for us to really understand it, it's kind of hard. That's why I've developed, and you saw it at the beginning of this video, this little logo that talks about love, especially God's love. Look around the top of it, it says, God's love is all around us. On the bottom part, a little bit more importantly, is that God's love is in us. Something that we Christians have forgotten, maybe even lost as understanding or importance. Then we also see in the center this red heart, which is my heart, or it's your heart, and the word agape. Now, agape is a special word that God chose to communicate to us what His love is all about. It's written all over in the New Testament. The other day, I was with one of my friends, my web friends. We were working on my website, agapeforyou.com, and I stopped for a moment and I said, well, what is love? And he kind of looked at me with his deer in the headlights like, well, I've never been asked that question before. And he sort of stumbled a little bit and said, well, and then finally came up and said, well, it's a feeling. I said, yeah, you're right. That's what love essentially is. I said, as I studied this word and looked at the dictionaries and looked at what theologians had to say, it came out to basically the same thing, that love is a feeling. It's a strong feeling towards people. It's a feeling especially of affection. Like when we say, I love candy bars, well, that's a strong affection coming out. Or I love my wife, or I love that person. That's another kind of love. It's that strong feeling of affection that's coming out to a candy bar, or to my wife, or to my friend, and so on. So love for us then is something that we have in us. Now, where did that love come from? Well, it was a gift that was given to us by God, and we all, as a human race, have that still within us. Next time, what I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about is what God means by love. Now, when we think of His love, we contrast it to our love. You know, our love is conditional, and we can either choose to love or not to love. When we think of God's love, we think of unconditional love. There's much more to it than just that, I promise you. So I will see you next time. I'd like to close with just a little bit of a prayer. Let's pray. O gracious Father in heaven, let us open our hearts to know our own love and then to understand your love for us. In Jesus' name I ask this. Amen. We'll see you